Hi and welcome everybody. We'll go ahead and get started sitting down, crossing the shins, hands to heart center. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah Hari Om Akanda Mandalakaram Yaptam Yena Chiracharam Tatparam Dashiram Yana Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. We'll go ahead and sit up nice and tall, the legs are crossed, buttock flesh away. You can roll the shoulders down the back. Take a moment to find your breath, inhaling and exhaling. Draping into the back of your throat and out through the nose, in through the nostrils, out through the nostrils. Good. Today we're going to use a strap. If you don't have a strap, use a belt or something else like a towel. Take it up in between your hands. Make sure the buckle is not touching the ground as you slide the arms back and forth. You can always separate the hands wider to make this easier. If you want more challenge, bring the hands close together. Close together, yeah. So you're just kind of moving back and forth here as you inhale and exhale. Slow and mindful, moving back and forth. Try to keep the arms straight. Keep feeling you pulling your arm bones in towards the shoulders as you move your arms back and as you move your arms forward. Moving the arms back and moving the arms forward. Breathing in and breathing out. You can also circle the arms around, up and around, up and around. And you can even make the strap a little shorter or even just hold it in half. And moving the arms up and around, circle the arms forward, out to the side, up and back, out and forward. You can switch direction anytime too. Just moving the arms around. Breathing in and breathing out. Behind you once more, just keep holding it there. You can move a little up, you can move a little down. Nice. Now watch here. So your hand's going to be a little shorter distance now, about shoulder width apart, maybe a little wider, but around that area. See how I take my right arm behind me, left arm stays up. So the right arm is right behind my back. Keep it straight and the left arm overhead. So you can also see it from the side here. This is showing it. Trying to keep the arms straight as much as possible. So that lower arm is actually pulling the top arm down. The lower arm is pulling the top arm down. Breathe in and out. You can always sit on a block, blanket, something else. Crossing the legs if that feels better to you. So again, doing the first side. Breathing in and out. Feel the inhale expands the body, the exhale softens the body, and you also do the other side. Go on each side here. Yeah, breathe in and breathe out. Again, one more time behind you, both arms. And take the arms forward over the head. Good. You probably want to stretch out the fingers a bit, so turn the hands around. The fingers pointing back towards you, behind you there. And on your all fours, you can circle around. Again, my fingers are pointing backwards. Circle around my hands and knees. Then you can lift the palms up and get your fingers a nice stretch. Elbows can bend as much as you like. Then I'm going to flip my palms up instead, so the top of the hand is down. The fingers can point in, it could also point backwards towards the knees. So really the top of the hand is on the ground, so the palms are facing up. And then you can bend and straighten the arms. And you can even make a little fist and bump the fist together so the top of the hand is down, the knuckles are to one another. And shake out the hands. Good. We'll go ahead and start to lie down on the back, planting your feet. Knees are bent, arms besides the ears, so find some length in your spine. Then lift the arms up besides the ears, and you lift your head up so you can actually look straight up to the sky, but the arm stays by the ears, and lift one leg up, maybe even both legs up. Front rib sides down and in, front rib sides downward towards the frontal hips. So feel that little contraction happening in the front body. The belly sides in. I'm going to put my feet down, release the arms and head back. Remember, we all kind of prepping for handstand here. Prepping for handstand, so the arms has to be strong, the legs, the abdominals, the hands as well. Good, so again, you're going to just lift up your arms, head and legs, and breathe in and breathe out. Still slide those front ribs down. Good, maybe feet can go a little forward, and then you can release all the way down. So again, now you can keep the legs bent, or maybe the legs can hover straight off the ground. Think about handstand, right? Straight arms, straight legs. If not, just bend the knees. It all works. You lift your arms, head, chest, legs. You breathe in, you breathe out. And lower back down. Again, you lift your arms down. Maybe take the arms down beside your hips as you lift your arm, head and chest and legs off the ground. Maybe the arms can reach forward then. Maybe come a little higher, maybe come a little bit higher, maybe come a little bit higher as you find your Vasana pose. You pull those thigh bones down into the hips. Maybe the arms can sweep up by the ears, and then you come down all the way, lay on your belly, turn around, lay on your stomach. So again, long arms and long legs. Yes, and lift the arms and lift the legs. Lift those arms, lift the legs. Strengthen the back body and lower all the way down. Bend the knees and windshield wiper legs side to side. Again, you're going to lift the arms, you're going to lift the legs. See if you can lift those inner thighs, inner thighs. Buttock slides backwards towards the heels, buttock slides back as you lift the arms and legs. Maybe rock a little forward and up and down. Rock up, rock down, up. Now the chest and the legs, and the chest and the legs, and the chest and the legs, and the chest and the legs. Good, release down, windshield wiper. Roll back onto roll back on your back. Arms by the head. So again, you're going to rock up and down, up and down. Just kind of how we did on the belly, but now you're laying on your back while you're rocking up and down. The arm stays by the ears, the legs nice and long. And eventually come all the way up and sit. Reaching down through the legs. Forward fold. Right, the knees can be bent as much as you need to. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. Come up as you cross your legs and come into your first down dog. Find your downward dog. Stretch your legs, your arms, your spine in your down dog. I'm going to bend my elbows out to the side. Elbows bend out and straighten. The head just goes straight down towards the inner wrists. So elbows bend out to the side. I should take my chest downward, so the head is coming downward as I bend my arms out to the side. But I'm still looking back at the legs. Like 8 to 10 times a good one to strengthen the upper back, upper arms, upper shoulder area. Good. Puppy dog stretch. You can stretch the right side, left side, and then eventually both arms can stretch. Breathe. The chin can even move forward a bit as you open up through the throat. I'm going to bend so you lay down into Sphinx pose, you're going to bend the right knee. You're going to catch your right foot. So the fingers can point back, fingers can point out to the side, or fingers can point forward over the toes. So trying to get your heel a little further down. And the right forearm's in front as the left hand reaches back. The fingers can point back, point to the side, or even down. And also roll the buttocks back. I roll the buttocks back so the thighs can glue down into the floor, the hips can glue down, the chest is coming forward. Both sides, chest is going forward. Release the back leg. Take into either cobra or up dog, something in between those two. Roll the chest up and back, shoulders over wrist. Long legs. And take it back to down dog. Raise the right leg up and back as you stretch. Inhale. Long breath here. Long legs as you stretch. Pull the knee into the chest. Step right foot forward. Rock a little side to side, front and back. And then you can sit the left knee down. Arms come up overhead. Stretch up and back. And take your arms down beside your hips and make a little fist with your hands. Get your thumbs and your fist to touch. So the thumbs sticking out, thumb and fist. So I extend my arms back. I make a little fist, thumb and thumbs and fist together, thumb and fist together. Lengthen and then again, thumb and fist together. And maybe you can stay there, you can slide the hands a little higher, lift the chest up and over the thumbs, up over the thumbs, up over the thumbs. Breathe in and out. Good. Release the hands down. Besides the right leg as you straighten the right leg out, half split. Flexing toes up, dig the heel into the mat. Lengthen down out over the leg. Breathe in and breathe out. Yes, breathe in and breathe out. Continuously like that. Good. Come back into center. Tuck the left toes on it. Now see if you can slide the legs a little further apart. You could always put a block underneath your hands. You could put a block underneath your buttocks to sit on. And really just lengthen the legs away from one another. I'll show you here how the block come underneath your hip as you sit down, maybe, or take the block away without the block. Lift the chest up and back. You can always walk your hands backwards beside your hips. Good. Pull the knee into the chest, slide the right leg across to the left side, falling star. Open up the left arm. Circle the left arm up and back. Pull the right knee back in with the leg bent. Set the left palm down. Roll outside the left foot. You can take your right foot into a tree pose as you stretch the right arm overhead. Breathe in, breathe out. Step behind you with the right foot. Flip it backwards. Wild thing. Open up, chest towards the arms, chest towards the arms, chest towards the arms. Come on back. Now maybe you come forward into a little chin stand. You know, chin is down, your hands are beside you. Or you can also come through chaturanga to up dog instead, or cobra, and then back to downward dog, hips back. Take your left leg and stretch back. Left leg extends, left leg extends, left leg extends. Maybe right heel lifts up as you stretch back. Get even longer. Good. Breathe in and out. And then pull that knee in and step forward between your hands. You can even rock a little back and forth, up and down. And then you can set your right knee down eventually and start to find your low lunge, right? Either hands on your thigh or arms up to the sky. Stretch up and back. Feel like you're pulling the right knee towards your left heel towards your right knee. So once more, take the arms down and back, press the palms back, bend the elbows, bring the fist and the thumbs together. Straighten the arms, fist and thumbs together. Straighten the arms, fist and thumbs together. Straighten the arms, fist and thumbs together. And straighten the arms again, fist and thumbs together. Straighten the arms and fist and thumbs together. And then roll the chest up over the thumbs, up and over the thumbs, up and over the thumbs. Yes, up over the thumbs. Good. So from here on, we'll come into half split. Straighten out the left leg. Flex the toes up. Dig the heel into the mat. Reach your chest down the leg. Breathe in. You can always walk your hands a little bit to the left side. Breathe in, breathe out. Maybe come down into full split Hanumanasana, right? You can let the legs side apart. You can let the hips sit a little lower. Yes. Maybe you walk your hands backwards besides the hips. So once you come out, you're going to pull the left knee into the chest. You're going to slide it over to the right for falling star. Open up that right arm, circle around, get that shoulder a little bit more open. Chest a little more open. Push through the legs. Now, left knee comes in. You set your right palm down when you're ready. You roll on the pinky side of the right foot and lifting that left arm up to the sky. You reach the left arm over your head, nice and long. Breathe in, breathe out. Stretch to the left side. There you go. And then you're going to take your left foot and step behind you. And find a little back bend. Press to the legs. Turn your chest back over the arms. Turn the chest up over the shoulders towards the arms. Chest towards the shoulders over the arms. Yes. Maybe chin stand or either vinyasa, chaturanga, or down dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Upward dog or cobra. And exhale, down dog. You can put your forearms down, create a little L shape with your elbows and your arms there. So you walk in the feet. And walk in the feet, maybe chin in towards the chest. Now look down in front of you between your hands, between your arms. And then maybe you can almost go upside down. One leg, and then just switch, other leg. And you may not stay up, you may just switch leg again. Right, so you could take it easy. Ribs in, tailbone towards your feet, buttocks in, buttocks in. Press to the floor. Good, shift through to up dog or cobra. Now we're going to come forward onto the belly, and you're going to slide your elbows back, sit back towards your heels, coming down onto the stomach. Shift your elbows back into that. And again, shifting forward onto the belly, shifting back on the forearms. And walk the arms a little forward. Take a little chest expansion here. Chest towards the ground. Letting your chin come a little forward. The armpits coming down. The underarms coming down. The hips are moving backwards in space. Breathe in inside your lungs and chest. Slow and mindful. Good. Come on up. Let's move on. Into downward dog, three-legged dog, right leg to the sky. Find that length of the right leg. Come up high on your left toes. Now sweep the right leg out to the right and back up to the sky. Sweep the right leg out to the right towards the right fingertips, outer right pinky, and back up to the sky behind you. Again, out to the side, in alignment with your right shoulder there. Maybe slide all the way down to the floor on the right side. So both arms should be inside the right leg. You can always put blocks underneath the forearms. You can also lay flat down. You can straighten the arms, anything. I like to point my foot. Maybe I put my right hand on top of the right foot and point the foot down towards the sky, floor there. Good. And slide back the right leg. Good. Come up into cobra, your up dog. Shine your heart up and then back to downward dog. Take your left leg and stretch it back so you're high on your right toes. Okay, even taller and longer on both sides. Both sides. Now slide the left leg out to the left towards the left pinky and back out to the left and back up behind you. Left leg out to the left, out to the side and back up. Left leg out to the left and all the way down to the ground. Again, you got both hands inside the right leg. You can always stay on the forearms. You can put a block underneath the forearms, or you may melt the heart down between the arms, between the legs there, inside. Just breathing in and breathing out. Again, you can point your left toes downward. Good, the hand's going to come back in. Slide the left leg back into cobra or up dog. Pull the hips and thighs forward, chest up and back. Now you're going to lift the hips a bit up, tucking the left toes under, pull the right knee in, right foot in towards the hip, and find your back bend. And coming back around, a little chaturanga. You're going to bend the left leg, drop it behind you towards the right. Open up the chest, push the floor away. Repeating that, come back to chaturanga, bend the right knee, heel towards the butt, side over towards the left, open up, chest expansion here, wild thing. Come on back, repeated chaturanga, bend the left leg, roll it over to the right side, lift the hips and chest up and back, breathe in and out, come back around, chaturanga up dog, to downward dog. Slow, even breaths. Knees down, knees onto the mat, and then come back up. So we can just like jump up and jump down a couple of times on our hands. Up and down. Try to stagger the shoulders over the wrist and the hips up over the shoulders. You can even take the feet wide apart, even wider apart. Knees can be wider, feet can be wider. Think about a little frog, huh? The legs nice and wide in frogs. Good. Come up halfway as you inhale, just kind of in the middle of the mat. Exhale, folding, and rise up to standing. Inhale, stretch up and back. So think about flexing your hands. So the palm's going to come against the wall, the palms. And as you press your hands into the wall, think here, imagine I have a wall right in front of me right here. And so there's a little ankle on my arms, right? They're not completely by the ears, but the pressing of the hands into the wall. My chest is a little bit away from the wall. My hips are a bit away from the wall. Only my hands are touching the wall. Pushing the hands into the wall. Pushing the hands into the wall as much as you can by moving the chest a bit away from the wall. And squeeze the shoulders down. So if we were to do it on the mat, it would look a little bit like this, right? The knees can be down and you're hovering right above the ground with the arms in front of you. And then you can lie down. This is not so easy, right? So again, you're on your knees, the front ribs in, the front abdominals in there, the arms are straight in front of you. So that's kind of how we did it on the wall. You come up to an up dog, a cobra, and then back to down. Come on up onto your knees. You can see the wall there. You can use the wall or you can be in the center of the room. We're going to go upside down, handstand. So shoulders over your wrist. And here I'm just trying to kick up a couple of times to kind of figure out where the balance is right now in my body, right? Because, handstand is like an art form, right? It takes a little bit to figure out, and every day is a new day, right? So every day we kind of figure out like how to balance on our arms again, our hands and so forth. And if you need the wall, you just kick up to the wall and use that behind you instead. I'm just showing you how you can do it in the center of the room. Trying again, your legs right above your shoulders. So the hips are over the shoulders and the feet up over the hips. And unite that straight line. And again, I'll show you also how to do the wall in case you kick up to the wall. And only the heels are touching the wall. Not the buttocks, not the back, just the heels. But you can even take one foot away from the wall, or even play with bringing both feet a little bit away from the wall and then back into the wall. And try to press your forearms towards your fingers and the shoulders into the back. And you can always come down, take a rest, and go back up into it anytime. Breathing in and breathing out. Yes. Feel the arms nice and long. Now go ahead and grab a block. Look here. You have your thumb and your index finger around the block. Make a little L shape with your hand on both sides of the block. Good. And then you can put your block down on your mat. Take your elbows a bit wider than your wrist. So the elbow should be in the width of your shoulders, the outer shoulders, I would say. So you still have your palms nice and flat next to the block on both sides. You're going to press the index finger a little bit into the block, and then you walk in your feet. And so imagine here there's a wall in front of me, so you can always put the block against the wall too. But then I'll kick up, try to get the hips up over the shoulders and the legs up over the hips. And again, you can even put your feet on the wall if you had the wall in front of you. So I take the sternum towards the navel, lift the buttocks towards the heels, and stretch up. Stretch it up there. Breathe in and out. Anytime you need to come down, you just come down, you rest. You can stay a little longer, try to stay a little longer. Keep stretching your buttocks towards your heels. Buttocks to the heels. And you can come down when you want and rest. Cover. Remove the block. So watch here, you can also use these things underneath the wrist if you have any wrist issues. It's like a little bit of a wedge, basically a wedge, and you can buy them on Amazon or anywhere, or make them yourself if you want that. Otherwise, just do the handstand without the wedge. But this is another way to kind of elevate the wrist, and there's not so much pressure on the wrist. The fingers has to press down. It's kind of slides downward. It's a little wedge, basically, underneath the hands, underneath the wrist. And again, you can use the wall as you kick up. Try and get the hips up over the shoulders. Hips up over the shoulders. And you can use the wall when you do this too. Breathing in and out. So now we're done with that. We're going to come down on knees. You can grab your 2 blocks, put them on the medium height. Put your elbows up on the blocks, walk your knees back and melt the heart. You can always tuck your toes under. I just try to keep my fingertips together, palms apart. You can also reach the fingers back towards the back of your head. Breathe in and out. Good. Take the blocks out. Come back up into downward dog. You're going to step the right foot forward, spin around towards the middle of your mat. Right-legged forward fold, inhale to lengthen the chest forward, exhale, fold underneath yourself. Walk your hands underneath you. It's almost like you're trying to get your wrist in alignment of your heels there, and the elbows are pointing backwards, and you're kind of getting your chest more and more underneath yourself. You could play with bringing the head down. Now, if the head doesn't come completely down to the ground, then you could just separate the feet wider. Just trying to get the chest under. Breathe in, breathe out. Now, if your head is down, your hands are grounded, you may put your knees up on your arms and keep firming the elbows in. And then you put your feet back down and perhaps keep them nice and straight as you lift them up towards the sky. These are just options, right? You can open your legs back out and put your feet back down. And again, the knees can always come in. You can take one knee on the arm, the other knee on the arm. You can modify it if you need to. Good. Breathe in, breathe out. If you use the wall, you just use the wall too. Maybe you can open the legs out wide, come back down to where you were. Spin your hands to the front of the mat, towards the right leg, and spin your feet all the way over to the right. So the left hip may come all the way down, the right arm reaches back. And you come down onto the forearms inside the right leg for your lizard pose. You can wiggle a little front and back. You can take that left arm up towards the sky, keeping the right forearm down. Maybe the right forearm stays on the block, the right forearm on the mat. Come into your side lunge Skandasana on the right leg, and from there on moving over to the left leg. Spin you towards the back of the mat, so the left arm goes back and the feet turns to the left. The right hip is down. Breathe in and out. Again, you can also set your forearms down. There's your little lizard lunge. Perhaps keep the left forearm down, reach the right arm up. Keep opening up the right side. Spin over to the left side first. Back to the front of the mat. Come through your plank pose. You can come down on your knees. Take the feet apart, take the flesh away from the calves, sit between your heels. You can even sit on a block too, or a blanket. Maybe you put down your forearms, scoot the hips under, lie all the way back, or put the block behind your back as you lay down. Choose your breathing in and out. Continue breathing in and out. Stay in that yoga zone. It's almost like somebody's moving the back of the knees forward. The back of knees towards the front of the mat. Somebody's stretching the back of knees towards the front of the mat. You can put a block behind your back and lay up over that block. And breathe. You're lifting the chest up over the block. Stretching your chest up over the block. The thighs and knees are going forward, the chest is going back. Come on up slowly. And then you're going to straighten your legs out in front of you. Opening the backs of your knees, the calves there, the hamstrings. Good. Take your right ankle over the left thigh, a little figure 4. You could scoot your chest a little closer to the legs as you shake them a little side to side. Or maybe just hold on to the right leg with both of your arms right around the knee and the foot. You can move the knee a little backwards. You could take that leg up over the shoulder, place the right left palm down, left arm grabs the ankle, shin. You want to turn your knee in towards the shoulder. Turn the right knee towards the right shoulder. Turn the right knee towards the right shoulder. And come back in. Plant your hand, take your left leg up on top of the right, so you can straighten the knees out as you melt the hips and chest, looking towards that right side there. Hips nice and high. Good, come back in, release it. Take your left leg over the right thigh and rock a little side to side. Maybe wrap the arms around the shin and the knee perhaps. You can also pull the left leg backwards, the left knee back. Take that leg up over the arm. Maybe. Again, keep the left hand close to the left hip. Stretch the left leg up, but again, turn your knee in towards your arm. Turn that left knee in towards your shoulder, towards your arm. Towards your shoulder, towards your arm. Turn it in. Stretch it up. Good. Again, you could take the leg up over the arm and take the right leg on top of the left and straighten the knees more and more and more. Press the legs together, press the legs together. Use the inner adductors around the arm as you lift the hips up. Squeeze the legs together. Good. Bend the knees, sit down. Baddha Konasana, soles, feet together, knees wide. So you might want to rock a little up and down. Take the calf muscle a little bit out. And feel a sense of stretching your thigh bones out towards the knees. Stretch your thighs forward towards the knees. Again, stretch your thighs forward towards the knees. Stretching your thighs forward towards the knees. Stretching your thighs out to the knees. Coming up, bring the legs together. Good, we're going to start and lie down on our back. Of course, you can always do a little twist if you need that before you lie down. Otherwise, we'll just lie down. Make sure your feet are rolling out, your shoulder blades sides under. Corpse pose here with the fingers, the palms facing up. Neck is long. Shoulder blades underneath yourself. Relax your body, torso, legs. Relax and soften. Let the breath come and go, the thoughts come and go. Good, we'll slowly start to reawaken the body. Maybe you like to wiggle your hands and feet. Maybe you like to plant your feet and roll over to one side. Go, coming up slowly when you're ready. Sitting up with eyes closed. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Akanda Mandalakaram Yaptam Yena Chirachiram Tatparam Dashiram Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Grateful for all the teachers that came before us. Grateful for the practice. So beneficial. Lots and lots of love. Namaste, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Bye, everybody. Bye.